If you see a comment on YouTube that asks, "Wanna be friends?" do not respond to it. On YouTube right now, there is a comment asking a simple question, "Wanna be friends?" Some of you may have seen it by now, but the one that I responded to was not the same that could supposedly hack your YouTube channel or account. This one was far worse than getting my channel hacked. This one hidden among all the others is where nightmares come from. I can't hold this story to myself anymore, so here is my nightmare. It all started about a week ago, when the first sightings of the bot comment popped up and not much was known about it. It was supposedly going by Tom before or something like that. Anyway, to put it frankly, I'm what you'd refer to as a troll on the internet. I get a kick out of causing fights or just trolling people. So one day, I was scrolling through the comments on YouTube and saw someone had posted the simple bot comment asking, "Wanna be friends?" It wasn't, however, the Logan bot comments everyone's been complaining about. It was someone who had the username of Mannequin Man. After glancing at my watch, I saw that I had time to spare, and noticing that no one else had commented yet, I thought I should be the first. I responded back saying something along the lines of, "Sure, we can be friends, as long as there are benefits, if you know what I mean," finishing it off with a winky face. It wasn't my best work, but I thought it was pretty funny. That's when Mannequin Man commented back with a smiley face and nothing else. "Huh? That's weird," I mumbled to myself, because I thought for sure he would comment saying, "No, I want to do something like sub for sub," or some bullcrap like that. All I got was a menacing smiley face back. Thinking to myself how there are weird people out there, I scrolled and clicked on another YouTube video that looked interesting, going into a rabbit hole which led me to a video criticizing a popular YouTuber, and I left another comment trolling someone trying to defend them. They went off on me, saying how stupid I was and all that, typing out full paragraphs trying to prove me wrong. But all I had to do to make them lose their head was to say, "Yeah, so? They still stink." Some of you may think I'm a terrible person for doing that and edging on fights, but I don't care. I got nothing else to do during this pandemic and people need to stop being so sensitive. Plus sometimes I can get a good kick out of it. However, waiting for the triggered commenter to respond, someone else butted in, saying, "That's not very nice, friend." Forgetting about the comment I left earlier, I looked at the profile name and saw that it was Mannequin Man from before. What the? I muttered to myself, wondering how he was able to find my comment in a completely different video. I didn't respond, but rather decided that I had enough of YouTube for that day and closed down my computer. Feeling the growling of my stomach grow and wanting something more than freezer dinners I've been living off, I decided to order some pizza. So I called up Domino's and they told me that they weren't doing delivery in my area because of the virus. So they told me when it would be ready and I drove straight there because I had nothing else better to do. Waiting in the parking lot, I pulled out my phone and started scrolling through the apps, not doing anything in particular, when I clicked on a link that led me back to YouTube. It was a random video of news bloopers, but as I watched it, I noticed that someone responded to my comments from before, and it was the Mannequin Man again. This time, it was more creepy than him somehow finding my comment on an unrelated video. It was far worse, and I still have no idea how he was able to do it. He commented, "Should I pick up the pizza? Oh, you get it, friend." And the later one said, "I guess I'll meet you there, at Domino's, friend." The blood in my fingertips began to turn to ice, causing my phone to drop onto my lap. So many thoughts were rambling through my head at that moment, and a sense of paranoia came over me like a dark cloud. Not wanting to get out of my car, but my stomach growling, I decided to risk it. But first, I surveyed the area to make sure that there was no random person strolling about, and luckily, I saw no one. So, I swiftly jogged to the entrance of the restaurant, not wasting any time. Upon opening the door, the worker seemed shocked by my crude entrance, but I didn't care. All I wanted was my pizza and to get out of there as fast as I could. Soon after paying and retrieving the pizza, I saw the bathroom door open, and not wanting to see who was walking out, I ran back to my car and swerved out of there. However, as I was driving back home, I thought about how crazy all of this was, and how this person could possibly be getting revenge back by trolling me. Though, there was no way for the mannequin man to be able to know where I was getting pizza. But as of now, I felt like this was just some elaborate troll trying to scare me, but never actually following through with any of it. The next day, I woke up to a text on my phone from an unknown number saying, "I'm there, friend." My first thought was, how on earth was this person able to get my phone number? But I realized that I used it to call up Domino's yesterday, so he must have been able to get it then. Not knowing how to respond, I texted back, "What do you mean?" As I walked to the bathroom to brush my teeth, but I realized that I had left my toothbrush back at my girlfriend's house. His response was immediately saying, "Where do you think, friend?" "Please, leave me alone," is how I responded, because I was done playing this man's game of cat and mouse. "It's not that easy, friend. You must find me," Mannequin Man texted back and finished it with a clown emoji. Pondering on what he meant, I bit the bullet and asked, "If I find you, will you please leave me alone?" "Yes, friend. The game begins now," was all he sent back. Scratching the back of my head, wondering what I just got myself into, my phone began ringing in my hand. I sat there letting it ring, not wanting to see who it was, but I knew in my mind. Turning it over, I saw the unknown number displayed across my phone screen. I didn't pick it up, but rather let it go to voicemail. He called again, and I ignored. The person then called a third time, and wondering what he wanted from me so badly, I picked up. Placing the phone against my ear, I heard a thick, obscured voice say, "You're lucky you picked up, friend, or you'd have lost the game." "What do you want from me?" I screamed into the phone so loudly that my neighbors could hear it. "I want to play a game that you already agreed to, and there's no turning back now. The rules are simple. You have 3 days to find me, and every day I will come a little bit closer to your house. I think you know what happens on the 3rd day if I win, huh, friend?" The deep voice finished with a cackle. "How do I find you? I have no idea where you could be," I screamed. All he responded was, "Find me, friend." The phone call ended, and I stood there in silence, with nothing but the sound of the clock ticking in the background. Immediately, I scrambled to every room in my house, looking up and down to make sure no one was there with me. Luckily, I was safe for now, but I thought upon what this guy said to me and realized that I could easily call the police. So I did, and I revealed to them everything that the man said and threatened me with. They told me that I should find somewhere to stay with someone else, just so I wouldn't be alone and vulnerable at home, and they told me they'd send some police officers to drive by and make sure everything was fine. At this point, I had two thoughts on how this was going to turn out. Either this guy was insane and really wants to play this game of cat and mouse with me, or it really was some elaborate troll and this guy just wants to freak me out. Both of them still scared me, because this guy did go through some large holes to get my phone number and other personal information. Though still there was no way for me to find this guy, because he left no clues or anything to solve this problem. and I didn't know if it was a coincidence or something, but I heard a knock at my door. Looking over my shoulder at it, I truly didn't know what to do. So swiftly, I grabbed an umbrella I had because it was the closest thing around and headed towards the door. Slowly opening it, waiting to see the man's face to be on the other side. I was surprised to find no one there, except for a small brown package placed meticulously at my doorstep. Glancing around for a quick second to make sure no one was watching me, I retrieved the package and retreated back into my home. After locking the door behind me, I turned to see if there was any shipping labels on it because I was expecting a package containing my new Xbox controller, though this package had nothing on it, and it was far too light to be a controller, and I supposed it to be from the mannequin man. So I carried it to the counter where I pulled out a knife to open it. Breaking the seal on top of it, I was hoping it wasn't going to be something gory, like a cut off ear, because who knows what this insane person would send me. I was expecting something putrid smelling to reek out of it, but no. So I lifted the tabs up to have my eyes stumble upon a toothbrush at the bottom of it. Not knowing what to think, the thought hit me like a train. I had left this at my girlfriend's house when I stayed with her the other day, and that must mean all of my blood boiled up and seemed to rush out of me, leaving nothing but a cold presence inside. Grabbing my phone, I immediately called my girlfriend and waited with horror, wondering how he was able to find her address. When she picked up, I burst out saying, "Get out of the house, now. Don't ask why, just do it." I was expecting her to be confused about why I was yelling at her to get out of there, but she didn't respond. For a second I thought the phone call didn't connect, but I pulled my phone down from my ear to see that it showed I was still in contact with her. "Rachel, are you there?" I asked with my voice quivering, and after a moment of silence, I heard someone say in a deep whispering voice, "Yes, friend, she's still here." I hung up swiftly as the blood rushed to my head. Immediately, I dialed 911 and waited for them to pick up. It felt like an eternity, but eventually they did, and I stumbled all over my words as I frantically told them that my girlfriend was in danger. They dispatched some officers to check out the address, and all I could do was sit there and die inside, hoping that nothing happened to her. My phone buzzed to notify me of a text, and I picked it up to see that the man texted the words, "You were supposed to find me, friend, not the police." After reading this, I deleted the message and called Rachel's best friend Anna, and she picked up. "Is Rachel okay? Do you know where she is?" I asked frantically. Yeah, she's with me at the store. Is something wrong?" Anna responded in a confused manner. The pounding in my heart slowed down, and I was able to regain a little bit of composure, but just a little bit. Not wanting to freak her out, or Rachel, I asked if Rachel had her phone with her. "No, she forgot it back home. Is that why you called me in such a panic?" "That's a little clingy, don't you think?" Anna said, and I just hung up the phone as I wiped the sweat off my brow, glad that Rachel was okay. Every text and phone call I got after from the man, I ignored or deleted because I'm sick of it. Tomorrow is the third day, and I still haven't found him. I really hope I'll be able to make it through this, and that this was just some elaborate prank someone is trying to play on me. But for everything that has happened, I don't think it is. I'm going to finish this with a warning that if you ever come across the comment, "Wanna be friends," while scrolling on YouTube, whatever you do, do not respond to it. Or you might just find yourself in my shoes, hoping that it's fake.